Hello and welcome to 4,000 and Counting. I'm Watty, this is Mark, and we are here for an impromptu roundup due to the fact that, well, the Elite League have started making some moves. Some Brits are starting to move about, some big moves, and none bigger than Sheffield Steelers losing defenseman David Phillips to Belfast Giants. Mark, did you see this one coming?
Absolutely not. I don't think anyone had this on the cards. Did you predict anything? Any strange ones?
That's a bingo card wrecker, that one. No one,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone saw it coming. There was speculation that he'd go to Hull. But with Great Britain, him being a part of Great Britain, qualifying for the top pool again, I don't know why we'd want to step down a division. Seems like you said it on one of the previous episodes about players making sideways moves. Well, that would be a downward move, in my opinion. He's gone to Belfast, treble champions, absolutely stacked roster last year. They're going to be good again. What do you say about the people doubting Davey?
He's an international player.
Yeah.
He's an international player. I thought he had a good championship. He's played in the A. He's played in Belfast before. He's been a solid part of the Steelers organization for many years. I like his game. He brings the dirty stuff. He likes to get stuck in. From everything we hear, he's really good in the locker room. He's a good team guy. He's team first. Look at his emotions during the GB championships. From him, he was, he really, I don't know, he really felt it. When you looked at all the players, Davy Phillips' emotions, along with Jono Phillips, was pleasing to see. When you're supporting GB in your national side, he's a solid player, and anyone that's doubting him, you've just got the treble champions announcing him. They're not just going to sign anyone to weaken the team. He doesn't weaken the team, in my opinion. And he's a Brit, so
years, right?
Yeah, it just makes sense,
It's funny you say about like how much he cares. I was there at his first School of Excellence way back in, I don't even know what the fucking year would have been. Jesus, a long time ago. A long time ago, anyway. I'm thinking, God, maybe 2000. And Davey was like a young guy playing up into the next age group, and I remember all the boys loved him. But we were on like Peter Johnson's stick handling, and we were out in the car park with like wooden balls. I mean, he'd learned it from Sweden or some shit. We was out in the car park. John Crowder's doing all that. I remember Davey Phillips kicking a basketball as high in the air as possible, and then just like diving header in it like a pencil. Mate, there's no way that could happen. But like 20 times in a row, it was fucking hilarious. But just the good guys to have around the room. Ask anyone that's played with him. No one's ever got a bad word to say about Davey. And I think some of the Belfast fans, I don't know what you're expecting. Some players are going to move on. Some players are going to come to your club. Give the guy a fucking chance before you start writing him off.
Yeah, he's in the GB team for a reason. I'm sorry, but there's other guys that you could have seen replace him, but he wasn't replaced. So that says all you need to know. He's a good leader. And yeah, well done Belfast for...
You got to think he's going to be a bottom three pairing, right?
Yeah.
That's not everyone's going on like that. That's their one AD man. Relax. He's going to be in your bottom pairing. He's going to eat minutes on the penalty kill. You can play him in all situations. Like, it's absolutely fine. Their rivals arguably lost more pieces. Nottingham Panthers, they lost Hazeldine. Great talent. Absolute great talent. And Jack Hopkins, which for me is fucking criminal. How they've let him walk out that door, I don't know. Their loss is Coventry's gain. And bravo to Stewie on a brilliant bit of business, bringing those two young lads in. And I think they're going to prosper at Coventry. Wouldn't be surprised to see Hoppo put up some serious numbers next year.
And you've got Ripley there as well. I know that's nothing to do with Nottingham, but you've got a real nice young core of Brits there. Fair play to Coventry for what they're doing. Stewart is doing a great thing there by recruiting Hopkins and Hazeldine at this point. Like, they could have gone anywhere. I'm absolutely shocked and surprised that Nottingham let them go. In my opinion, it's a mistake. And Coventry have capitalised on that. They're going to get a lot more ice time, I'd say, there as well. And I like what Coventry do for our Brits. They seem to get a lot of good up and coming Brits come through their system.
Well,
And
Ferraro
fair
led the
play.
league for them, right? Ferraro led the league in goals playing for Coventry.
Yeah.
We saw like Stringers when he was in Manchester be one of the leading point guys there. Again, those we call them smaller clubs, the non-arena teams, so to speak.
Yeah.
They've got a big part. Both Hazeltine boys will at some point play for the national team. I don't doubt that. And Coventry are going to be a part of one of their journeys. I think it's good to get more Brits full time, getting these. And obviously, Jack did a little bit of time at MK and with Nottingham. He's going to be full time in Cov next year, and we're going to see a very, very good talent. We saw it at the finals weekend. Got to speak to him afterwards. In fact, we will release that interview soon. Should probably release them. I've got interviews with him and Stringers that we'll put out. I want someone better at editing than me to do it. So if you're better at editing than me, which won't be hard, hit us up and you can edit some videos for us.
Go further, go faster, get fitter. Subscribe today. Hurricane e-bikes have a great range of bikes available on the e-bike subscription plans. The Cruiser e-bikes are perfect for beach rides, long distance rides, or just everyday use. The Fat Bike e-bikes look great and can cope with the toughest terrain, perfect for off-road adventures. The Hybrids range are perfect for about town, everyday use and leisurely rides with the family. Take your ride to the next level with the mountain bike and get ready for your next power-assisted adventure.
But Forbes has left Cov. He's obviously been there for 4 or 5 seasons with a pandemic. That's probably a tougher one to take on the chin for him because basically they brought Hopkins in, he's going out. I wonder where he'll end up. You speculated off there that potentially Solway. If that was the case, that would be a good signing for Solway. And it would
Yeah,
also...
just saw it online. I just saw a rumor pop up with probably everyone's going to get rumored to go to Solway, but you never know with Peacock being up there and his connections.
Yeah, Peaks is going to be bringing in some solid players. He's got good connections up and down the country. Obviously, I believe Forbes is Scottish, isn't he?
You know what? I have to double check that. I remember when he was in MK.
Yeah, I want to say he went off to Canada and stuff as a kid, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, let's check that out. Sorry, this is a really terrible podcast that we're watching, but in typical fashion.
should have done our research. Yeah, it's from Scotland.
Oh, there you go. So potentially a move back closer to home. That's was not to say that he's done with the Elite League, by the way. That's just a little bit of fun speculation on a rumor. But he would be a good signing in that league.
Yeah.
Big strong boy, can play, can skate, and interesting to see where he ends up. Or if they kind of do a bit of a role reversal and he ends up in Nottingham.
Yeah, I'd like to see at his age, especially, what is he, 25, something like that. I'd like to see him stay in the Elite League, get his chance still. He's cemented his place for Coventry for a number of years. He was with MK. Where was he? He was with the Mustangs.
Ooh, pass.
I can't even remember who's with the Ogden Mustangs or something like that.
Yeah, one of those teams out there.
But yeah, I'd like to see him stay, especially as a Scots lad.
Yeah. Sticking with the Scottish theme, Stenton is back with Solway. He left the clan as signed with them. Great signing, great social media, great press release. It's been fucking epic since the stars have come in. They've really upped the game when it comes to press releases and announcements. They've got their GM in front of camera. They've even got Tomo jumping in on interviews. I saw Stuart the Iceman Kerr, do an interview this year. I mean, he's been at Solway since 19 Bow and Arrow, I think, and he's never gave an interview, and they managed to even get him in on the mix. So they're doing bits up there. Obviously, he's announced as going back as well. They're doing bits already, and the way Peaks, Tomo, Spud, and that lot are going to work up there, I would like to see what they're going to be like in 2 or 3 seasons. Obviously, there's going to be expectation going in on season 1, but I think we'll be as fair to them as we were to Bristol and to Hull last year. Coming in, you're coming into a new league. There's going to be a lot of things you've got to figure out and test out what's going to work, what's not going to work, what competitions work, what social media works. And so far, what they're doing, it works.
They're doing incredible. It's very, very, very professional. You know, more professional than elite league clubs as well. You can say, for that matter, the way they're conducting the interviews, they're getting the different voices from the different areas. You're not just hearing it from a player, you're hearing it from an owner, you're hearing it from all sorts. So it's really good. And I think with the ownership, I believe from research, one of the owners is part of St Mirren, the football team. So I think you've got an aspect there of behind the scenes with the professionalism, the recordings, the interviews. I think there's a bit of knowledge passed on, and in the form of Solway, that's really great going into their first year in the national. And their press releases, the videos, fair play.
Yeah, absolutely. What else we got? We've got Liam Morris leaving Basingstoke, obviously no longer there, but he's joined their rivals, the Bees. Speculation was Swindon, and I was actually surprised that he ended up with the Bees. I think Swindon have probably missed a trick there. The fact that both Norcliffe and Morris were on the market and they didn't get any of them, and they went to the Bees and to the Raiders respectively, then that's a stinger for Swindon. For Bees though, they've got themselves great pickup, absolutely. Works his balls off every game, never takes a shift off. You know, he does some dumb shit, but you got to do that. He plays similar to how I did. You're gonna some dumb shit's gonna happen. Like when you're playing that close to the edge all the time, and you're playing that hard all the time, that's fine. And you know what you're gonna get with Liam. I would have him on the team 100%. If you haven't listened, he's been on the podcast before. Go check it out. Good lad. Who else has been moving around, mate? We've got a few bits.
Scott McKenzie. We've got to get Scotty Mack on there. Shout out to Scotty McKenzie.
Another
Telford
guest. You can listen to that one as well if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I think Scotty's been on 2 or 3 times. You'd have to go check it out. But
great
he's
guy.
also played in our charity games and stuff as well. Great guy. I've been friends with Scotty since we were kids. He's still getting it done, still putting up points, and yeah, buzzing to see he's back. Brad Day, he's gone alongside him, 2-year contract, back in goal for the Tigers. That just leaves the Bristol Pitbulls and the Bees to announce their netminders. I think I know who the Bristol Pitbull netminders are. I think I know who one of the Bees netminders are. But that leaves one more, which I believe is going to be an import. Do you think they're going to go down the import goalie route? So I cannot think of a logical Brit number one. People have said Lorde, it's not him.
No.
So.
Do you know what? There's been comments online with Adam Long, you know, being with Guildford. The way I see it, I would love him to get the opportunity. Whether he's ready or not is another thing. But how I see it is Brad Day with the Steelers, the way he was sat there all the time, and you know, when he was called upon, he did a great job. He was very popular with the organisation, the supporters, and the players. And I kind of would like to see the same thing happen with Adam Long, just coming off the same sort of. I know he hasn't been around as long as Brad Day, but
and this isn't me.
He had some spells. I think he played around 30 games. I remember the Phantoms.
He played 5 games in 4 seasons, and I don't know how many of those 5 he actually started.
Yeah.
This isn't me being a dick. This is
no. I get that. I just think that we need to give him a chance.
Well, if I just signed for the Bees and you sign him, I'd be fucking raging.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You just sign a whole roster and you're going to sign a goalie that hasn't fucking played for 4 seasons. Everyone keeps talking about practice. Oh, yeah, you got to practice 2 imports. So fucking what? So what? Unless you're playing games and the pressure's actually on you, it doesn't mean shit. You're going to get better, technically, yes. And this is, by the way, I'm just using Adam as an example here. This is nothing on him. Like, I think Brad Day had more experience going in. So Adam had played.
Yeah, he did.
NIHL 1. He had like no real EPL experience, no National League experience. So being a backup, very similar to Dan Green. Dan Green ended up doing it at Nottingham.
Yeah, that's true.
And was there for years. And then he come down and he played a few games. And he wasn't exactly like the best goalie in the planet when he came down because he's not been playing. And Dan's a good goalie, but he wasn't like to the level of the boys that were already playing week in, week out. You know, Worley, Rocky, Merds. I'm just pulling guys off the top of my head. And it would be a very similar situation. Would I like to see Adam go down and share ice time? Fuck yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. And not only that, the toll on the body. If you've never played 54 games before, it's a lot. It is a lot of games, especially for a goalie. Groins, knees, hips, everything in between. I'm cautious of the time today, guys and girls, because we are squeezing this in. I am literally back to back with clients on work and everything all day. So we have a couple more. Phantoms have signed a couple of their young boys back again, which is it's nice to see. Thorpe's back. Who else? Forster.
We got Leo Markey back and Foster back.
Foster, sorry, I said Forster. Foster. Yeah, like they're always promoting within the youth academy, and they've had studs in the past, and I think they will again in the future. It's good to see like boys like this getting their chance, and it's a credit to the Phantoms Junior organisation and to Slava for them bringing these boys through and giving them a chance.
Love what he's doing there. He's done it since he's been there, sort of mixing in with the youth, giving them a couple of games, thinking, now they're not ready, let's drop them down again, give them some more time. But he doesn't forget, you'll see a name, and then like for like half a season or a season, you don't hear from this person again. The next season signed up and they're solid. Yeah. Like, I don't know, just like his decision making with the juniors, and knowing when to put them in the team, and knowing when they're national, and knowing when they're like the league below. Yeah. I just like the balance what he's doing there, and was it with Chelmsford last year? There was a bit of a connection as well with some juniors.
You should know better than me. Sticking with that league then. So we had the news that Standard Athletics gone back to Invicta, and Husker, on the back of his fucking 27-year ban, has decided to retire. Bit of a bullshit way for him to go out. It's a shame. A hot-headed moment, but one with no intent to injure or no malice. It was kind of a frustration boiling over thing, and for him to go his career out on that is a bit shit. Maybe, who knows, he'll lace him back up in 18 months or whatever it is, play a bit of hockey again. But he's not no spring chicken, so whether he wants to do that after 18 months off and realizing how much fun it is not to play hockey, he might be like, fuck that.
It's another video in itself, isn't it? That whole situation.
Let's save that for another video. And one other video that we will be making as well is about the Belfast Giants, because they are heading to Europe. New format in the Champions League, play 3 different teams at home, 3 different teams away. They're bringing some fucking weird penalty rules, delayed penalty rules, lots of weird
shit. Draw, mate. Did you watch that draw? That draw had me baffled. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I will watch that before we do our next episode. But we are on 999 subscribers as we speak right now. So the next time you speak to us, we will finally hit our target. Well, I say finally. It's only like it's quite.
It's been some good growth.
It's been some good growth. It's quite a long way ahead of target, but we've got some interesting news coming. We will be teaming up with, wow, how do you describe him? Mr. Peterborough, Mr. James Morgan, Stilton Butcher, the man himself. He's going to be coming on for an episode, but we are then going to be teaming up to bring you some wing challenge contest. It's going to be good. We're going to be bringing in 4 ice hockey players, potentially a professional rugby player, a professional boxer as well. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Stilton Butcher's going to be putting a nice little £250 meat voucher up to the winners. So, you know, the boys are going to be trying to tan back some food for some free summer barbecue grub. And obviously, if you've not been on Stilton, go check it out.
Their food is awesome. I'm not just saying this like to pump the tires, but when I was living in England, I was using Stilton Butchers weekly. Yeah, the food is awesome.
So good.
The service is really friendly as well. When it was delivered personally to the door by someone that actually gives a shit, has a smile, has a conversation. Yeah, just the overall experience with Stilton Butchers has always been top notch. So give them a try.
Right. Mark, this has been fun. This has been a quick roundup today based on the fact that we've already done one this week, and not this week, sorry, last week, but it was like later on in the week. Trying to get my dates mixed up. No, wait there.
That's what the conkies do, mate.
Yeah, that is what the conkies do. When did we do? There's basically all these signings have been in the last like 2 or 3 days. I feel
Yeah,
like we've
2,
kind
3
of
days.
combated everyone else before that. So it's not been that long since we've done one of these, and the team seems to be like picking the announcements up a little bit more, which is good for us. It's good for you. It means there's going to be more content coming. Keep subscribing. If you want to buy us a coffee, go to buyusacoffee/4000 counting. If you want to get your tickets for the charity game, ticketlab.co.uk/4000 and counting. Conky breaking today. Right, it's because I got 1,000,001 things to do today, but we wanted to squeeze a video in for you guys. So enjoy, and we will see you again soon. Peace.
Peace.